Yeah, what's up, good people? I'm not doing that. So I saw that video of that parent who put a camera in her son's hair, and I'm not in any way taking what she's saying and turning it into something else. What I am saying is that praise the Lord for that parent. I am saying that for sure. Because here's the thing. I was at two separate campuses in two totally different school districts, and I saw that. As you can see, I'm not at neither one of them campuses no more. And in fact, I was reprimanded at the first campus for defending a nonverbal autistic student who was being mishandled by the same teacher. Two separate students, in fact, who were being mishandled by the same teacher. One was verbal. One student was verbal but special needs, and the other one was nonverbal but special needs. And the first time I reported it, nothing happened immediately. The second time, I took matters into my own hands unintentionally and was reprimanded for it because, one, I had, first and foremost, I didn't get into education to watch the very people that, I can relate to be mishandled. Second, I didn't get into education to continue the mishandling of people who are in the shoes that I used to be in. And third, I did get into education to see what was happening to our children, right? And as I got further into it, I wanted to be the undoing of that, right? Because outside of math, science, English, and social studies, they are learning things that are going to impact them long term. And ain't nobody got time for that. The second situation, I was actually in special education. Oh, well, both I was in special education. And now I see why God sent me there because, baby, let me tell y'all something. Some, not all schools. I'm going to say some, not all. Well, what I learned from that is that the Lord, in addition to where I'm at now, the Lord does not send his servants to places that are perfect. He sends them to places so that they can learn perfection. They can learn discipline. They can learn focus. They can learn how to manage themselves so that they don't mismanage others, right? That's what children of God are, and examples of God are for you to correct your behavior based on their behavior, not for them to teach you the behavior, but for you to see his behavior in their character and let it correct yours. That's number one. Number two, he freed me from the bondage of me leaving those places because I really felt a lot like I was weak for leaving, or I was, well, again, when I was in it, I felt like I was contributing to the environment, but now I see that I was influencing the environment in a positive direction, and the environment spit me out. Because, baby, I can't. And I've seen it, and then again, as a mother, as a former child with problematic behavior, and a mother of children who may appear to have problematic behavior, I understand what births that behavior in the educational atmosphere. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean that those children have bad parents. They just may have unprepared parents, because I know I wasn't prepared to be. I mean, none of us are fully prepared to. If you grew up in an abusive household and then you later had children, you were not prepared to become a parent. It doesn't mean that you're a bad parent. It means you weren't prepared to become a parent. I need y'all to hear those words like clearly. You were not prepared. You were prepared to become an abuser. You were prepared to become whatever you endured and experienced. You have to learn better. Now, for me, I didn't have a lot of examples. And I'm not saying my mama was a bad parent. She did the best that she could. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody who was before me, because they did the best that they could. I just decided to break that cycle and learn a better way. And I can honestly say that being in public education did that for me. Being in public education and seeing the cycles, it helped me break it at home. Well, at least want to figure out how to break it at home. So to that I say this: all of us teachers who are passionate about children, because it ain't even really education, it's children and humanity and the forward progression and people not being mishandled because they're put in a position to where they don't really have a choice or a defense, and in most cases we got to get back in the game, because the more of us who leave, the worse it's gonna get. um I know it's hard, and I know that we all like, look, it's bigger than us, and it is, but it's bigger than us because we keep backing down. We keep getting afraid. We keep letting fear overcome us in so many aspects. But pressure is pressure. You don't have to get out of character to apply pressure. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, accept what's not working. Just move around what's not working and find something that works. And this is really for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need to hit this video a year from now. I'm pretty sure I am. But I'm saying it to say, like, that video truly disturbed me on so many different levels. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about my sister who's special needs, you know what I'm saying, who has Down syndrome. I'm thinking about all the kids that I left behind because I was too weak at the time to handle, what God was putting in my hands. But I'm ready now. And I don't even have to assert much authority or get physical or verbal like I have had to in the past. Right now, I can just apply pressure and be the example of a better way to handle situations that are out of your control. Sometimes releasing control gains control. Sometimes releasing control gains control, because if you're in control, the environment has no other option but to follow suit. Um, but it was really hard to watch that video. It was liberating. It was hard at the same time because, like I said, I often questioned when I stepped in to defend those who couldn't defend themselves. But now I see that leaving that environment can open the door for those. It can open. I'm a doctor. I let the people who were making my patients sick cause me to stop healing my patients. And it can't be like that. I can't focus on the ones who are making them sick. I have to focus on the ones who are sick. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but we got some work to do. Let them provide.